Welcome to the Great British Crochet Off Technical Version, a series where I chat over the technical aspects of this week's episode of the Great British Crochet Off, a series where I watch an episode of the Great British Bake Off and then crochet something that inspires me from it. This week I made this 3D Bake Off scene, 3D crocheted Great British Bake Off biscuit scene for Biscuit Week. And let's go back in time and see how we got here. If you missed this week's episode of the Great British Crochet Off, make sure you check it out right up here. Let's get right into it because I certainly have not made it easy on myself this week. So if you've been around for a while, you know that sometimes I make little mini crochet dolls of the bakers. This is Tasha from last season. And for the showstopper, one of their challenges was to do a 3D biscuit scene. And I was like, well, that sounds fun. What can I do? And I started thinking, looking around my house, maybe to do something around my house. And then I realized what I really needed to do was do a 3D mini biscuit bake-off playset. So I made this template out of cardboard just to give me an idea of what I'm working with. So now the little crochet dolls that I have will hopefully have a little bake-off tent playset to play in. So here is our little cardboard diagram of the base of what we're gonna do. At the base, we're gonna have walls, we're gonna have a fridge, and we're going to have a countertop. How much more I do than this is going to depend on how much time that I have. So let's get started with the base of the tent itself, floors and walls. This is gonna be done with yarn and embroidery carding, so let's get to it. Okay, so here's our current situation. I cut pieces of plastic embroidery carding, the size to fit the walls and the floor, and then I made crocheted panels the size of all these. I did front and back for the walls and then just the bottom for the floor. And now I'm going to glue the panels on and then with the edges sew the pieces together. So here the kind of base room is all assembled, and this actually took me way longer than I thought it would. Sewing these together and then sewing up all the edges and sewing through hot glue. So I actually ended up having to take a break from this one day because my hands were literally hurting. But this part is done. So this used to be my little template for the countertop, but then Violet, my cat, sat on it and broke it. So it's not that anymore. But all the same, I did cut pieces of my embroidery carding to the size of these pieces. And this will be our countertop. So if you can kind of loosely imagine, these are the two sides. This is the top. And then I have two of these that are the actual sides of it. Though I might leave the backless so I can do some stuff back there. And so I had an idea to do a fridge too. I'm foregoing the fridge for now because I'm thinking it would be really fun to incorporate different episodes into this. So different kinds. So this is all biscuit, but then incorporating future episodes and future baked goods into it. So the fridge is on hold just for now. So I went with a more shortbready biscuit colored for the pieces for the embroidery or for the countertop. So I'm going to glue these onto their respective pieces now and sew these pieces together. And I think what I'm going to do is do a little overlay in pink. I think I've chosen to do, because there's three countertop options that they've used in the last season. There's a blue, a green, and a pink. I think I'm going to go with pink. And I'm going to do a little frosting piece over the biscuit in pink. So first we'll make the countertop and then we'll add the potential frosting. So let's put this together. Doing a little check-in because I'm kind of halfway through. So I sewed the pieces together first and then I ignore the paper that I glued to them. That's not important. And then, so I sewed them together and then I glued the pieces on. And now I am just gluing down. I overlapped the edges slightly so you would get kind of more of a thicker block countertop look. So I'm gluing these edges down and then, I'm going to make little pink rectangles to go on these three sides just to give them a more exciting look, but then also so that they look a little bit more like the bake-off counters. So here it is with our little additions of pink icing. So I made these out of half double crochets just because, quite frankly, I wanted them to go faster and I wasn't as concerned with them not being dense enough of a weave. So this is half double crochet all the way around. And then I also added on like a little burner stove top so you can cook things on the top the way that they do. So here it is in place. In the future, I would like to add like a little play oven. We'll get there. I really want to make it so you can actually like open it and close it. So that might take a little bit of engineering, but this is where we are. And now I can like display the little bake-off dollies a little bit better and they can all cook together. And I hope no one's disappointed that this is not enough for this week, but I promise you this was a lot of work. So yeah, see you guys next week.